Grand Rising, everyone. Chillaxing out here, enjoying this beautiful prana. I'm chilling in Holly Grove, by a really, really good friend of mine that allowed me to teach her, and train her how to become, show her the doorway to becoming a better person in her life. And I also help people. I do this on a regular. Well, I've been doing it on a regular lately. One lady I helped out. This is one Pacific person that I helped out. I'm not gonna say her name, but I helped her out, and because I'm like an intuitive reader too. I have now visions. Like I can pretty much pick stuff up as we go along, as we're around each other, just being around you. Small conversation, and I can go into details about things that you can do to improve your life. Other words, and also psychologist. Haven't finished school. Don't have that on paper, but I've been studying psychology. Studying psychologist for over 14 years. So I don't really need a degree to be able to do what I need to do, because right now it's time for me to step out of that, and then step into this. But I could do both of them at the same time, but my focus always, when I focus on something that I'm doing, I like to keep that focus going, because right now change is definitely necessary for everyone. So nobody's specific, everyone. Even though the people up in political power, we can't blame them because they're asleep. So how can you blame someone for doing something in their sleep? I can't blame Donald Trump. I can't blame, the CDC for having everybody wearing these masks. I can't blame, Joe Biden or any type of political person that goes up to. One thing you can understand about anything political or whatever, it's always an argument. There's always an argument, a debate, an argument. So it's unconscious argument going on all the time when it comes to things like that. Yeah, but just like I said, it's nothing good for you, especially in television. Tell a lie vision, tell lies to your vision. You know what I mean? It was the man that invented the TV, which is, I can't recall his name right now, but you can look it up, the inventor of a television. He said that he would never bring a TV in his home. Never. And he created it. My grandmother used to say that TV is poison to the kid's mind, and that was back in the 80s. My grandmother died in like 93. So it's like in the 80s when she said that. It's a poison to the kid's mind, and she had many opportunities to have a TV, and she never owned one. She always sent it back. It never came to, or turned it down, rejected it. That's why I say right now we live in the TV. And then sometimes the TV, we watch TV so much, the TV start watching us. I was a victim of it. I remember I used to watch the TV all the time, obviously from the New Orleans area, Kenner, Metairie, from all these areas. So I'm not going to say be Pacific, because I lived in, okay. So same time, I used to watch the news a lot. And I remember it was so much death on the news. It was all about black folks. It wasn't about little black teenagers or, someone that's young in their 20s or 30s maybe, Yeah. It was so much negative. And then after I watched that, and then now that I look back at it, I wonder, I was saying, how did you feel by watching those shows? After you watched that one show, how did you feel the whole day? Well, I had fear the whole day. I feel that, maybe I could, I might get into it with somebody, had an altercation with somebody, wind up getting shot. just behind my opinion. Because I always was like this since a young age. I always was very, very intuitive. Very, you know, I had stuff that was coming in me as a kid. Never even wondered where it was coming from, or never even asked. But I used to utilize it. I'm talking about like things I used to say. Even in my 20s, I used to say things that predict things that was going to happen today. And and people thought I was just crazy. They thought I was just something was wrong with me, you know. So it was really crazy, and which made me think, because I really didn't know about all this mind stuff that I know now. You know, how to accept the true love that's going on the inside. You know, and stop looking for outside anything on the outside to validate my existence. So I had to go there. So now, so by me being only way I can, like I say, teach this, the way, not the only way, but the way I figured that I could teach this stuff, because I've been there. And so I can only speak from my own experiences, and I know my experiences relate to a lot of people. You know, especially if you're black. You know, black native folks. That's what we are. We are native black folks to the land. That's why they can't ever, they say go back to Africa and all this, whoever says that. And I'm not racist, don't get this wrong. I just know the hype is out there for us to hate ourselves. That's all. That's the only reason why I come at people. You know, this is one reason why I speak this way. Because we've been taught to hate ourselves. And by all these different titles we take up on. We are this, we are that, we are this, we are that. You could probably pick out a few, and I'm so that. So can I, but why go there? But at the same time now, you know, we the only ones that take on all these titles. And we've been taught to really the whole key was is for us to hate ourselves. So we've been taught to hate ourselves. That's one thing. And you know, and then another thing, after you taught you to hate it, we've been, because we always love our mother, love our parents, and now they're turning the parents against the kids. You know, when they stepped up in our families, and really that was an aim towards us when they said, you know, you can't chastise, you can't whoop your children, which is I agree at a certain point. I mean, don't kill your child because your child messed up and wasted some grape juice on your brand new outfit you just bought. You know, your brand new $200 outfit. You know, and you know, I agree with certain, because we only do these things to our kids, and we go to the extreme with our children, because these are things that have been practiced on us through slavery. So it's in our African genetic memory bank. You know, so these are practiced like when we've been hit with the whip, you know, beaten with the whip, foot cut off because we tried to escape. You know, it's a horrible and horrendous situations that we still have in our African genetic memory bank that still come playing on us today. Just even us saying that we are gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Who did FYI, the Italians was the gangsters. So you had the Italian mob and all these different gangsters, John Gotti, Al Capone, to name a few. You know, the Gambinos, and you know. Okay, so those was gangsters. We didn't take up on road from gangsters until after that era. When that era kind of settled down with them, then we took up on roads as being gangsters. No, we're not gangsters. You know, so you want to you call yourself whatever you want. If that's what you want to be, hey, who am I to say? I'm just enlightening you to something that, you know, that it wasn't our practice to be that brutal to people. And so that's why we treat our own people that way. It's because we step into roles of gangsters. And we are not gangsters. We are black people, folks are the most compassionate people on this planet. And it always been that way. You know, but we just been taught a practice that failed us. We just been taught how to, you know, really hate each other. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if somebody does something real simple to you, he don't deserve a bullet. He don't deserve to get shot, killed, just because it was something. Even if he messed with your girlfriend. All right, you about in your 19 or 20 years old, 21, 20. Man, you're going to have a whole lot of girlfriends. You're not ready for it. If you willing to go that far out to do something behind him messing with your girl, him hitting on your girl and whatever, if you're willing to go that far, you're not ready for a relationship, man. And that's just being honest on that. You're not ready for that. Because you got to accept that until you're ready to commit to someone, really commit yourself to someone, you can't do anything about her and having a little fun, going outside, you know, what you messing with her, and y'all messing around, y'all call it a relationship, but you have to go that far out to harm somebody else, you shouldn't be jealous. It shouldn't be a competition. If it is the competition out there, still do your thing, and you can still do that, man. If that woman, the girl or whoever, doesn't be with you, hey man, wasn't meant to be, man. That's all. Move on so you can find the person that's meant for you, and it might not be at that time. So saying that, I don't want to get too far caught off in that. I'm just saying that we've been taught a system that failed us. We've been taught to hate each other. We've been taught to hate ourselves. Biggest thing is hating ourselves. Because first I got to teach you to hate yourself before you hate anyone else. I have to teach you that first. That practice have to be done first. Because what you feel on the outside, inside will reflect on the outside. So, and me as being who I am, if you really know me, I love everybody. Everybody, I don't care what nationality that you're from, because I know they are still brothers and sisters to black folks, because all civilization migrate out of Africa. All civilization migrate out of Africa. I'll tell you a quickie, right quick, how it happened. All right, when we were in the land, we was moving. We call it up south in Africa. We used to call it up south. So we moving instead of down south. We do call it down south in America, but it was up south in Africa. You call it up south. So we was migrating up south. You know what I'm saying? That's how we reached from Ethiopia to ancient Kemet everything was taken from Ethiopia and brought to ancient Kemet. All the knowledge and all the wisdom to do even the pyramids and stuff like that. All the writings and stuff like that. It didn't start in Egypt. It started in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is the mother. Egypt is the daughter. Okay, so same time, got to relate everything to mother. Reason because I can't see having no king, no queen, no king without a queen. I can't see it happening. In no type of way. See, one thing about religion is one thing I don't like. I disagree. Is because the woman has been taken out of religion and she been put back in and put back in religion and gave a shitty role through all religion, through all sayings, all religion, all books. The woman has a shitty role in religion, and the woman is the most important being on this planet. She's more important than the man, and that's one thing we can't realize. That even Adam and Steve's story, Adam and Eve, that story there. The man has a navel, a belly button. Eve has one, so they had to be separated from the umbilical cord. If that was the story was true, but they let you know that God took rib from man to make woman. Well, why haven't that practice been? Why haven't that been done? That same practice that He did with Adam and Eve. Why haven't that been done again? Why haven't that practice been done over and over and over again? If that was true, why the role just switched from man and went to woman? Why? Why that practice only took place at one time? You know what? Because a true immaculate conception, true women used to have, back in their bodies is not in harmony with that no more, but women used to have babies without male presence. Not that they was doing a hanky-panky. They was more connected, because the National Geographic say every time they kick over a stone in Africa, they have to rewrite the textbooks. Right, so you have to look at it like this here. So back then in the days, it was all women. It was a female planet. It was all females. I don't know, but somewhere they fucked up. They came. I don't know how that process happened. But like I said, this is what I'm saying. They take the woman and they demonize the woman, and the woman has a crazy role even today. She has to do so much to be accepted in public society. The woman have to put this on, put that on, do this, do that. She have to do all these different things just to be accepted by a man. And why? Why, baby? She's fine just the way she is. Just like you find the way a man could be looking grunchy and crazy, like he just got off of work, and women attracted to that because women see the true beauty in men, and men true, okay, so because they got women not got XY chromosomes, she got male and female, she God and goddesses, she both of them. You know what I'm saying? So, and men don't have that. Men can't create life. So women used to be able to have That's how this planet got seasoned. It's just the women. Because we was, just like I said, we were plants. And then we went in the water. And then we went in the tree. And then we came down. And then we started walking upright. That's when conscious set up in the ones that came out the trees. It was us. Conscious set up in us when we came out the tree, but it was by accident. It could have set up in the damn alligator. It could have set up in I don't know, giraffe, anything. Yeah, but see, consciousness is starting to learn off of us. I mean, the universe is starting to learn off of us. So you probably can't look at it that way, but we have to look at it that. So we need to change for the better. This has to come out for the better. But see, people don't know what's going on with them because they're starting to come out that sleep. That sleep they've been in for years. All the days of the age of the Pisces, and the age of the Aquarius is near. It's here. It's near. The age of the Aquarius is when the veil has been lifted. You know, the 2020 calendar is 2012 according to the Ethiopian Mayan calendar. The world has ended. Last day is 2012 in the Ethiopian Mayan calendar. So this is Armageddon. This is what you're getting, baby. Hey, it's gonna get worse before it get better. But don't worry, because it's not gonna be with hellfire, like y'all thought. Either Jesus late or you late. One of the two. But the world has ended already. We're in a new world now. Always, but from the ending, it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning, y'all. And the age of the Aquarius, that's stepping in. It's going to be a massive awakening this year. Next year, it's going to be another massive awakening. People are just going to start snapping out that sleep, and they're going to need people like me to help them through it. You know, I'm doing the work, baby. I've been doing the work for over, I don't know, since 2008. So, yeah. Even my time when I was locked up in prison, I even went to prison for, I did a year off for 2 years. Came home on parole on some crazy stuff. You know, so that's why I say me, I have been a victim of circumstances. So I had to understand, I disrespected a lot of women before I learned to respect a lot of women, including my mother. So I've done that, and I've done that in a way that I, used to always think that I was right, and feel that I probably was right in my own right, but still, I'm taking it out on the wrong people. So sometimes, and I had girls. I used to live with a lot of girls, and I used to have girls. We used to do clubs and mostly dance clubs and stuff like that, and yeah, and parties, and yeah. So I used to have that type of lifestyle, but I was very, very obnoxious, disrespectful, and really rude to the ladies that I was, that was really, really good to me. And just treated me like a king, shit, to be honest with you. But see, when I got out of that, I started getting into quantum physics and things about self-awareness and self-improvement and wanting to change my life. After I started understanding that this life that I created is all my fault. I'm responsible for this life all the way up until now. And starting to see, just step back outside of myself and look at myself and see, why did I feel that these things, the way I was treating, catching myself up and stuff too, why do I feel like I got to treat her that way? And I get on myself, and I beat myself down before I lift myself up. I'm just putting it right there. So now I have a much larger respect for women now because I've been there. I've been on the other side of the fence. I've been the predator. You know what I'm saying? In other words, not in a way to where I would take something from anybody. I'm talking about with my mind. I'll use my mind for in a most. I'll use my gifts, and I was abusing them in a way that to control I had. It was fun at first, but then when I looked at it, it was horrible. So now that's why I said I stepped outside of that box, and I understand what's going on. And I'm not. That's why I was in Atlanta, Georgia. Like I said, I moved and I went to Atlanta, Georgia, and I was out there. And I was a DJ out there. They was calling me DJ J Smooth. They was telling me that was the best thing that ever happened out there. I was kissing homeless people, you know what I'm saying? Because, you see all these other people with masks. But what about the homeless people? Why they can't have a mask? But the main thing is why they not even getting sick. They're not even getting sick out there. They don't even have masks on out there. All them homeless people. But you got these people walking around, everybody walking around with masks on and stuff like that. And I see homeless people when they go in the store. Nobody tell them anything about a mask if you have money. Spend your money and you can go. That's just the way they treat people. homeless people, especially because they don't have what money. We have to understand those people too. You know, you just take that person. I took a case scenario because I took a woman out the streets, went to the shopping mall. Just one of the girls that lived with me in the street. One of my girls that I had, that was one of my girls. So I don't want to claim pimp status. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So at the same time, you know, I took her out the streets. I went and bought her some clothes, got her a good bath, got her hair done. And I told her, look, I'm going to start you making money. You're going to start working for me, making money. And then, and stuff like that. Like you get off the streets. But she wasn't homeless to what she was doing drugs out there. She was homeless because we really didn't have nowhere to go. And, so I took her off the streets. And she was actually by a friend's house, staying there a couple of nights, but she had to go, and I seen her by a friend's house. So she had to go back on the streets after a few days because the old man returned, and he don't want nobody there, especially no one homeless. So, okay, took her out the streets, so got her together, got her clothes on there. I told her, she was really kind of shy. I said, well, you have anything. I just thought, you don't have anything else to lose. I mean, what else you gonna do out here? I could put you in the dance club right now, and I talked to my guy that I knew at the dance club. I told him I'm sending him a new girl out there, one of the good friends of mine. Really didn't know her. So I sent her there, and first night, she made $400. But by the end of that week, she made $1,300. Got on her feet. You couldn't slap that smile off her face. If you slap her, she'd still smile because she was just that happy. But I got my money, she got her money. That's what I did for her. So, and then after that, everything was cool, but everything started getting rough and rocky because I knew I was going to jail for that time I told you I got a year. I did a year off for 2 years. So, and yeah, so I just was acting like that. But anyways, to say this, I have a new respect for women. And that's what gives me the knowledge to be able to say what I say and do what I do, because it's all about the ladies, man. When they become conscious, especially the black woman, since all civilization migrated out of Africa, we all got a little Africa in you if you don't wear the color, okay? Even you, because it's in your Africa genetic memory bank too. You're my brother, you're my sister, right? Okay, the story about white folks. Okay, now white folks migrated. Okay, we migrated too far out of Africa. We migrated way up when now it's called Eurasian, okay. We migrated too far out of Africa. But the glaciers started coming up because it was 5 ice ages. I think this is the 3rd ice age or the 4th ice age period, dynastic period, during that time. So during the ice age period, the glaciers come up. So they, that's us, black, and okay. Now we couldn't get back home because the glaciers come up and we lost our way, couldn't get back home. So the nose being itself, the nose got smaller because the air was intaken. It killed a lot of us. So over the years, this is nature protecting us. Smaller nose because we were ingesting all that air, and a lot of us died in those conditions. So, and then ingesting all that air. Okay, now the skin. Reason why the skin is the way it is. Okay, now just like if I stay up in a building for a whole year, which is I did this for like 6 months, and I was light. I even have a picture of it. I was not even 1 shade, maybe 3 shades lighter than I was from just being from the sunlight, and yeah, and actually really weak. So yeah, but I was in the building, I was incarcerated, but I didn't know that. I learned the lesson because I didn't know that being out the sun that long would actually drain me that much. And when I got out there and I tried to jog, it was crazy. Okay, so that's how the skin over thousands of years. This is what happens with the skin, with nature, because nature good in protecting us. Okay, we blacks turned white, stayed in caves, but ice caves, and have all that anger in us from coming out them ice caves. Okay, still better than blacks that turn white. Okay, now then after that, okay, that's why we ate the meat. The meat was upon a base of survival because we didn't have no vegetation over there in Europe. I mean, there was no during the ice age. period. They didn't have any vegetations or anything. That's us black turned white. That's how we ate. We ate from the vegetation. That there was that. No, not we ate animals. We watched the process of animals eating each other, and then we learned that process. This is how we gonna eat, and fish and all that, because that was the only resources we had, because we didn't know how to get back home. Okay, all right. So that's how come eating even eating each other, because yes, that's when we turn with, hey man, I'm hungry. So okay, so we already got the taste of meat. Okay, now okay, you even cooking it and all that, learn how to cook it, because first we was dying off of eating meat the way animals eat it. So we learned how to cook it and eat it, like because first the fish coming out the water, we ate that without cooking it, so it was okay. So we thought we could do that, so we died. There was still we learning, okay, because we gonna evolve. This is us, okay. Now here's another one. Now you have a white giraffe, you have a white alligator, you have a white tiger, you have a white lion, you have a white cheetah. Okay, all these animals you have white. Okay, this is nature. They will never return back to a white giraffe. Would never go mate with another white giraffe. It will return back to a giraffe with color and spots on it, and because it's the dominant gene. Alligator will never go back and mate with another white alligator. Go back to a alligator with color. Nature. This is nature because the gene gonna live on. Now, no other only one that when white folks, the only thing white folks messed up is when they came out of all that cold, first thing they were supposed to do was return that gene back to the dominant gene, like nature does. This is white folks too. They were supposed to return it back to the black. They was plant that seed up in a black woman, man mate with a black woman, black man, black woman. I mean, black man with a white woman, black. Okay, you get it. That's what's supposed to happen. So you see white women that does just unconsciously mess with black men, because it's not because that's just nature, their own way of nature, returning them back to the dominant gene. They're more in sync with the planet than the people that criticize them for returning back to black folks. They're more in the white women that does that, or white men that does that, they are more in touch with what's supposed to happen with nature. This is nature returning them. That's why they're more, when I see things like that, I know they're on a higher level of consciousness. The ones that does it, and the ones that demonize them and criminalize them for doing it, is the ones that's on a low level of consciousness, but still trying to plant something out of something that would never grow. Because this is them returning back to nature. You can't defy nature, the laws. It's just the way it is. That's why they have more women on the planet, because, okay, so keep this gene going. This gene we would never disappear off this planet. I don't care what scientists, we see one thing about, I'm a scientist too, so I love science, but they still learning. But people say that we deny science, religion, say that this is going to be the end of the human race someday. It's never going to end. Never. Maybe the way we do things will end, but as far as us leaving this planet, no. The people that's trying to destroy people, that's talking about the world is overpopulated, kill your fucking self and get rid of that. We could just start with your ass. Just get rid of your ass, and we'll just help the planet out a little more. Since you have an opinion that people should die behind the planet is overpopulated, let's start with you. Let's kill your ass, Bill Gates. Start with your ass. Go ahead on and just take a fucking revolver and blow your fucking brains out. Or anybody else that says the planet is overpopulating. Let's start with you. Just go ahead on and end it. We don't need you here. Your shit. You'll help us out a whole lot just by taking your ass out. You know what I mean? And encourage your family to do the same thing, because we don't need them either. Shit. We got the computer. We already know what to do now, so you can get the fuck. But at the same time, we can't just buy into anything. Stop accepting stuff, y'all. Because it sounds real. It sounds right. It sounds the practical thing to do. Ain't nothing practical about breathing in them goddamn masks and breathing toxin back in your body. Ain't nothing practical. That's dangerous. That's unhealthy. That's nasty. And talking about I'm nasty, you nasty. Sorry, y'all. You're not nasty. Just the system taught you to be that way. And I know the CDC and all these unconscious people. Let me tell you something. Like my man Ralph Smart said, and I say chillax, and I got this off of my man Ralph Smart from Infinite Waters. If you're not, this man has saved people's lives. He's a really, really good psychologist. You need to check him out. You should. Also, Andy Shaw, Creating a Bug-Free Mind. This guy is from the UK, but he's one of the best teachers. He's one of my teachers also, psychologist teachers, and for self-improvement also, to be able to change my life around and start feeling better about myself. Andy Shaw, Ralph Smart, T.O. Swine. I like these people. Her too. Booker T. Coleman, brother Booker T. Coleman. Great people to just check out. Since you ain't doing nothing, you want to watch TV all the time, these different episodes and who gonna do what and all these fake ass episodes. Watch some knowledge, something that gonna put some in you, both white and black. Okay, you know, learn about the voting. You know, check out Dr. Claude Anderson. I don't be just posting these things for y'all to just look at it and then talk shit about I'm wrong for feeling the way I feel, but you never looked at the evidence that I have to even feel this way. If you don't look at it, it's like voting. Shut the fuck up. Shit, I'm alright. I have a right to feel the way I feel, but based on the evidence that I have. I don't just talk shit. I go and look for it. Find evidence. I don't come up with assumptions. I come up with facts. The truth has nothing to hide from the light. No, but people don't like the truth, and people don't like nobody to show them no type of way that's showing where they need to change. People don't like what I do because it's threatening their way of reality. That's why nobody likes what I'm doing. Because it's so true, it threatens their way of reality. Threatens your life, threatens what you're doing already. But if it has a solid foundation, why not just look at it anyway? Because your foundation is so solid, go check out the evidence. Like I said, Booker T. Coleman, go check out brother Booker T. Coleman. Use brother Ralph Smart, use Ralph Smart as a daily bread. If you have some money, if you're balling, go get Andy Shaw, Creating a Bug-Free Mind, the audios. Don't go online and get them on YouTube and get them, because the information is everywhere. There's no way you're going to get the information. It is no one quick fix-it pill out there. So don't think you're going to find one fix-it pill that's going to fix everything, because there's not none out there. I looked. Okay? All right, y'all. I didn't expect this video to drag on this long, but it did. You know, so... because I know I can't be out there DJing right now, because I'm really down here to sell my truck, take that money back, go back up there to Atlanta and open up me a kiosk out there, this small business out there, a small building out there that they rent all around the city, and open up me another business out there. And I want to get a food truck. If anybody know anything about a food truck or have that type of, I could get you on some stuff. We gonna make some money, man. You know, I have a lot of business ideas that I have, but I just don't have the proper funds to get them out. Not yet. And I also have an invention that will be coming out, and it's under research and development, R&D. It's going to be one of the best things to hit the market, you know, for us children concerned. You know, because laughter heals the heart, and I have something that will have children laughing all the time. You know, so at the same time, yeah, I got a big plan with that. But like I say, when I say reparations are due for black folks, because black folks have been a good friend to the world, and everyone else received reparations that was wrongfully done except black folks. And you look around you, we did a beautiful job building America for free, and we still pay income tax. Something is up with that, y'all. And I know something is up with that. It's not like I'm getting on white folks, Chinese folks, Spanish, or anybody else about that. I'm not getting on y'all, because y'all doing the right thing when y'all go to the poll. Y'all vote for benefits and rights. I mean, benefits and resources. We don't vote for benefits and resources. We vote for rights. We go down there. We the only one that does that. That's why it's whooping our ass. This is what whooping our ass, because we vote for people that don't promise us nothing. They promise us shit, but they want our vote. You deserve our vote, and then you recognize what we have done, the stuff that we have done for America. I tell you, here's a plan. If you want a plan the way we going to separate reparations, let's do it like this here. I got a plan. I want to build an organization. I want to call it Building Black Wealth, or Building Black Businesses, Building Black Wealth, BBBBBW. Okay, we're going to call it that. And then I have the organization to where, like I say, my invention money, most of it is going into that organization, so black folks can have the monies that they need to open up that business that they want, you know, so that they desire. And with resources for them to help them operate for at least a year without no problems, but them doing the right things. So if they don't have business, they don't have no knowledge to, we're going to give them the proper education to go to business school to learn tactics to be able to run their own business. Okay, and I could be one of the teachers. Okay, so we do it that way. And then we do reparations. We do $100,000 a year. for those that's not reckless with money. People that's really reckless with money, we don't do it, but they still get their full money and benefits. But like if they're on drugs and stuff like that, then they choose not to change their lives and they choose to still go on that path. Give them $25,000 a year. Don't give them all their money like you give people with more responsibility. Reparations. And you'll notice by their medical records, they chart to see if they're abusing drugs, pills, or whatever. And then if they happen to die, the money doesn't go with their family member. The money goes back into organizations like mine, Building Black Wealth, so we can recycle the money as it need properly back into the community, back into our people, so we'll never go broke again. This money shouldn't go back to the government, and it shouldn't go to the family member, because the family member will have you snuffed out behind your $1,500,000, because that's what we owe every black person and every black family, for starters. Because once one person goes, it's going to domino. We're going to get everyone. Everyone's going to pay. And that's what they're afraid of, because more money is coming after that 1.5 million. So at the same time, this is making sure that our culture, black folks, will never go broke again. Since we only own 1/2 of the U.S. wealth, and that's the same thing we acquired after slavery was abolished in 1860. Okay, and then after 1860, up into 1865, the Indians had slaves. The Indians was worse slave traders and slave owners than white folks. You know, they used to collect bounties on us. At least if our ears was attached but our heads was cut off, they could still collect a bounty on us. Okay, so they was worse slave traders and slave owners than white folks. So if you have Indian in your blood, it was by force. It wasn't by migration. You know, so yeah. So at the same time, like I said, you know, and we're the diligent people to the land. Indians been here for 500 years. We've been here for over 90,000 years. Okay? They don't know our birth record. They only know their birth record when they turn white. So that's why they could bring you to Adam and Steve story of 6,000 years ago, because it may have happened 6,000 years ago. I don't know when they turned white, but that's when white folks was born. Well, white folks was born from black. Okay, when the migration happened. Maybe, I don't know. But they don't know our birth record. Like I said, a National Geographic, every time they kick over a stone in Africa, they have to rewrite the textbook. You know? But we willing to accept some crap. Bullshit. You know, so this is no attack on nobody else, because no attack on no other ethnic group. And it's not race, because race is race for benefits and resources. We not a part of the race. So we can't be racist. It's bullshit to call a black person racist. That's a lie. A black man can't be, a black woman can't be racist, because we don't own shit. Okay? Alright. So, same time, y'all. I'm going to leave that with y'all. Peace together, not separate, because of what? Separation is the biggest illusion. Hell, you heard me? Separation is the biggest illusion. You know? You can't say that white people from Caucasus Mountains and all this fucking crap, because it's bullshit. White people derived from black folks. I know we don't like the stuff that our brothers and sisters have done us. I know we don't, but they still our brothers and sisters. And when you learn that they are our brothers and sisters, then it's no different from you. Just you have more compassion for the people that have wronged us. Okay? Okay. So the difference between, like I said, the difference between Neanderthals and Homo sapien, the difference is, the difference between Neanderthals and Homo sapien is sharing. So who don't share? Some people haven't evolved mentally from Homo sapien, from Neanderthals to Homo sapien. But we have, because we share. Okay? Alright, y'all. Leave that. Love y'all. Stay up out there, everybody. I love everybody. Everyone. I don't care how your shoes come in fast and how you look, what color you are, what color you consider you are, what nationality you are, whatever race you are, I love you. Even I have compassion for those people like white supremacist group or whatever that just want to see us dead because we're black and just hate us because we built America, and we hate that because y'all still not in the same position that y'all are in. Making America great means making America, bringing us back to the plantations again, bringing black folks back to the way that we had bowed down to the white, this white regime, this white terrorist groups. And that's why I say America go fight terrorists. USA go fight America. USA Inc. Because it is a company. USA go fight terrorists all over the world. Fight terror all over the world, supposed to be. What about the terrorists in our own backyard? The KKK should be considered as a terrorist group. Not now, a long time ago. Should be considered as a terrorist group. Why isn't this coming up? Why is this coming up in the election polls? Why didn't people not say, well, we're gonna consider the KKK as a terrorist group. This is why you should vote for me. Why? All right, look, I'm gonna let y'all go with that. Look, I love y'all. This is to the young out there. Y'all did a good job doing this protesting, doing this. Y'all did a better job than we did in the '60s, because the '60s was asking for change and y'all demanding change. And I love it, young people. And they are the ones that we need to look at, because these young people out here now, today, the youth is more feisty, and I think they're more smarter than we were. And I'm gonna say it how it's supposed to go, because I don't want a generation come up less smarter than what we are. It's not supposed to go that way. It's not supposed to go backwards. I don't want to die before my children. I don't want to do, I want to go and then my children have a good life too. After me, I want to my children live longer than me. And this is where it is, where it's supposed to be. All right, y'all. Leave that with you. Peace.